I know the lighting's a bit weird, but I'm in a different spot because I've moved where my altar is. And I wanted to film in front of my altar. And I've added the jack-o'-lantern. I know it's not Samhain yet, but I feel it's time. Basically, the minute it starts to even hint at autumn, out come the pumpkins and the jack-o'-lanterns. So what I wanted to talk about today is Mabon. I want to talk about a couple of other things as well. I'm going to do a video at some point. A lot of people feel that you study like witchcraft, paganism, that sort of thing. There was something I read before about studying for like a year and a day. And I can't remember exactly all of what that's about. I don't know if that's more witchcraft than anything. But I've nearly been studying and following paganism for a year already. Because I started, it's definitely October. It was like end of September, early October when I started. And it all started pretty much around about the time I did that video where I did that vlog sitting under the tree in the park. When I was talking about spirituality and stuff. So it's been a year nearly. So that's gone quick, hasn't it? Considering we've had like 6 months, 7 months of pretty much nothing going on. So it's amazing how quick the year's gone, even when we've all been bored. So what I wanted to do today is I wanted to talk a bit more about Mabon. Because obviously Mabon's coming up on September 21st. And it's celebrated for a few days around about the 21st. But 21st is like the actual autumnal equinox, because Mabon is a celebration of the autumnal equinox. We're finally in autumn. Yes. So I hate summer. I like autumn. Autumn's my absolute favourite season, seconded only by winter. I love autumn and winter. I'm an autumn and winter baby. I prefer those. So for Mabon, Mabon is a festival on the wheel of the year, and it is the second harvest. We had the first harvest, now this is the second one, and then the third harvest is Samhain. So at this time of year, people will start harvesting the other stuff, like what I'm harvesting out of my garden at the moment, which is like your green beans, your gourds, your pumpkins, cucumbers, that sort of thing. So it's all that sort of vegetables and things that are picked this time of year, and potatoes. I'm trying to think what else, because in my garden I've got potatoes, pumpkins and green beans, which I'm harvesting at the moment. This is one of my pumpkins, homegrown. This is my littlest one, which has now made it my favourite, because I love anything that's the littlest of something. So that is my littlest pumpkin that we harvested from the garden. My biggest one's about the size of a child's football. And then I've got a middle-sized one, and then I've got a teeny-weeny one. So the teeny-weeny one, which I only harvested that a couple of days ago, about 2 days ago. He's been cleaned and everything, washed and everything, and he lives on my altar. He's going to be my altar pumpkin. And then for Samhain, I will carve him eventually. But for now, I'm keeping him on my altar and seeing how long he lasts. I'm hoping he lasts till Samhain, and then I can carve him for that. So basically I'll make him a friend, but it'll be a real pumpkin. If you're wondering where I got that from, I got that from TK Maxx about a week or so ago. Very, very cute candle holder. Doesn't come with a candle, you just have to put your own in. It holds the votive size candles. So yeah, so that's my altar space. If you watched last week's video, you've seen me set up this altar and talk about it. So this time of the year, so I have notes. This time of the year, it's obviously, like I said, it's the second harvest of the wheel of the year, and obviously this is a celebration about it. Basically, this time of year, we give thanks for everything that's been provided for us. So we say thanks to Mother Earth for providing us with all the delicious foods we eat, the air we breathe, the world around us, everything. Obviously, mostly it's mostly focused around like produce and like the food that we're given, like you would have in a Christian harvest festival. And this time of year, it's also about obviously giving thanks for everything that we've got, for the abundance, like the the foods and the fruits and everything. It's also a time of finishing things, so like finishing long-term workings that you've got. It's about a time of getting ready for winter, getting prepared. Obviously, in the olden days, it would have been a time for collecting all the harvesting everything, and it would be a time to rest and while getting ready for winter. And then the third harvest is obviously Samhain. It was more sort of in the past. Every time I film, an emergency vehicle goes past my house. But yeah, normally obviously in the olden days it was more like based around agricultural things. So obviously it'd be like, you know, getting the second harvest in of the things that are ready to be harvested now, getting food stores prepared and preserving things and getting ready for the winter to make sure that you and your family have got enough food to survive for the winter. In modern times it's more about giving thanks for this abundance, for the things that we have. Also preparing for the winter as well. I mean, like, you know, storing things that you've got. But obviously with modern day, with supermarkets and stuff, we don't have to sort of store stuff as we used to like centuries ago. It's also, some say it's also, Mabon is named after the Welsh deity Mabon, who is the god of light and the son of the earth mother Modron. If I've butchered the names, I do apologise. I don't speak Welsh. I'm just going by how it's spelt and saying it phonetically, but I could be wrong. But basically, Mabon is the god of light, and he's the son of the earth mother Modron. Kind of fits in with the whole sun god goddess thing from Wicca, if you're Wiccan. And that part, though, is thought to be sort of more like modern paganism from like 60s and 70s that included that. It's not thought that ancient Celtic. It's not thought that ancient pagan civilizations actually celebrated Mabon. It's more like a modern neo-paganism thing. So before I get on to how to celebrate, I'm going to talk about correspondences and things. So obviously Mabon is the autumnal equinox, so obviously we start in autumn, and I saw leaves falling from the trees today. Yes, I'm so happy. I saw leaves falling from the trees when I looked out the window at work, and I was like, yay, finally. I get almost more excited about autumn than Christmas. And obviously Samhain's my favourite holiday of the year. So anyway, off on a tangent. So obviously, because it's the autumnal equinox and it's the start of autumn, it's also a time when day and night are equal. So the hours of sunlight and the hours of darkness are equal. So there's that balance in the world, and obviously Mabon is about the balance as well, and obviously the balance of light and dark. And obviously because it's autumn, obviously colours associated with autumn are the colour correspondences for Mabon, hence my altar space. So although I've cheated a bit with the sunflowers, just because I wanted to keep those. I had them on my altar for a few weeks, but I wanted to keep them on. So the colours of Mabon are your oranges, your browns, your golds, red, all those sort of autumnal colours. So I've added, like, can't see it from here, but just there's some like fake autumn leaves, and I've got my autumn leaves scattered around. Well, I say scattered, I've placed them. So when you do your altar for Mabon, if you can include sort of autumnal colours, it's you know, that's the colours associated with the season. Also, crystal correspondences are like citrine, lapis lazuli, clear quartz, because basically you can use clear quartz for everything, tiger's eye, moss agate, sort of more what I'd think of as like earthy type crystals, and ones that obviously still represent the sun god, like citrine and stuff, because it's kind of like the time of the year where the sun is fading away. So obviously if you follow the faith of like there's the sun god and then the goddess, and the sun god dies and then is reborn through the goddess, obviously that's where that fits in. But like I said, that's more Wicca. The also other correspondences like the autumn leaves, pumpkins, gourds, horns of plenty. Have you seen them when they do like Thanksgiving in the States, where they have like, is it a cornucopia or something it's called? I forget. I'm not from the States, so I don't know. But basically it's like a horn shaped thing, and it's got loads of fruits and vegetables coming out, like grapes and apples and that sort of thing. Those are also symbols of the time of Mabon. Correspondences, I should say. What else did I want to tell you? So I've put myself bullet points so I don't forget to tell you something. It's also time to give thanks to the Green Man or to the Mother Earth Goddess. You can give offerings of acorns, pumpkins, flowers and incense, and obviously candlelight. Traditionally, normally as well, you'd have like an orange or a yellow candle. I like my white one, so my white one's staying. I haven't got an orange or yellow one, and I'm not making a big orange one. I'm not going to need it. I don't have a use for it, so I'll use white. White will go with anything. You can use a white if you haven't got a candle of a particular colour. Use white. It's absolutely fine. Yes, so saying thanks to Mother Earth for all that she provides. Time to rest after bringing the crops in. So how to celebrate? You can obviously decorate your altar. Boom, that's what I've done. You can take a nature walk in a forest. If you're socially distancing and you can't, then if you're lucky enough to have a garden, you can enjoy time in your garden. Walk around your garden if it's big enough. Mine personally, if I walked it'd be about 4 steps. But you can sit in your garden and just listen and enjoy the bird song, enjoy the last of the summer sun beating down on your face. Just relax and take those moments. Because it's also a time of like relaxing and winding down. Meditation's a good idea. You can meditate, so you could celebrate Mabon by just taking that time out for yourself and having a nice rest and meditate and just breathe and have a break and try and forget that it's 2020, because this year's not been the best. So just have a moment to meditate and just try and clear your mind and relax and try and not focus on the stresses that are happening currently in the world. You can obviously, like I said, light an orange candle, and also you can do rituals or prayers to give thanks, thanking the Mother Goddess, the Earth Goddess, the Mother Earth Goddess, I should say, for all the lovely fruits and vegetables we have in the world around us. You could give your thanks to the Green Man if that's your preference, and thank the Green Man for all the lovely things that have been growing this year and all the lovely crops. You can give offerings, like I said, of like acorns and pumpkins and flowers and things. Also, pine cones are one of the correspondences, so you could collect some pine cones. You could collect conkers. Conkers I don't think are quite ready yet. I think I normally get conkers from the park later in September, like early October, but I've seen some on the trees, but they're not ready yet. You know, they're still very small and very green. What else did I put? So I've got like 6 pages of bullet points. I'm just gonna make sure I cover everything. Oh yeah, also you could put on your altar ivy vines, pine cones, like I said, apples, potatoes, carrots, squash, grapes. They're all correspondences as well. You could eat the ones that you can eat as well. Don't recommend eating ivy, obviously. So I've got an ivy, actually. I might put that on my altar, but I'm going for a sort of autumnal colour theme, so it doesn't fit at the minute. The god Mabon, obviously, if you follow the sort of more Welsh tradition and you celebrate the god Mabon at this time, then plants and things associated with the god Mabon would be roses, thistle, honeysuckle, ferns, acorns, oak, dried leaves. You can also add representations of harvesting to your altar at this time, so you could add like a little trowel or a basket with some dried leaves in, or a basket with some acorns and conkers and pumpkins and that sort of thing in, or a basket of apples, that sort of thing. You could also do arts and crafts using things from around this time, so making things out of corn, making things out of sort of more natural materials to make little crafts that could go on your altar. Corn dolls, I think, was more the last one, but nothing stopping you making a corn doll for this one. I don't see why not. Yeah, like I said, it's time to reap what you sow. It's time of balance. Finish plans or finish sort of long-term workings and give thanks. If your long-term working that you've done has worked, give thanks for that, and maybe an offering for that as well. Basically, at this time of year, the sun is journeying to the land of winter. So basically, the sun's going to get dimmer from now on. It's going to get colder, and so it's more heading towards the dark half of the year. It's not quite, but it's more heading that way. So you might want to do workings or anything associated with that. Ignore my hair, it's a mess and my head's itching. Other ways to celebrate is you can have a feast. Well, let's face it, we don't need much of an excuse for a feast, or at least not in my house. So you can have a nice meal. I'll probably do like a nice meal, like a nice roast or something for that day. Probably use some of the veggies that I've harvested out the garden. We've already eaten the potatoes, but I could use some of the veggies like the green beans and things. So I'll try and include things like that in the feast that we have. My family, the rest of my family is not pagan, but they're very accepting. So, let's face it, if I make a nice meal, no one's gonna mind. So I'll probably make a nice meal. I'll probably sit in the garden and enjoy just listening to the birds and stuff, providing it's not raining, and providing the ants haven't taken over, because I've got a lot of ants at the moment. But yeah, I think just a nice relaxing day. I'm going to do some meditation. I'm going to have a nice feast. I'm going to sit in the garden and just have a think and a relax, and just take a break from it all, because obviously at this time of year, and especially because it's 2020 and we know what's happening, I think it's very important for everyone to take time for themselves and to just relax and wind down a little bit, and just take a little breather, and just, get some of that stress out. And obviously being outside will help, because a lot of people have been stuck inside. So like I said, if you've got a garden, just go and sit in your garden for an hour or two. Trust me, it's worth it. It'll just really relax you. You can also, it's a good time of the year to do a bit of a cleanse. You can clean your house. If you are able to, obviously go to recycling places and things, you could clear out unwanted clutter from your house. I normally do that each summer, but we haven't been able to this year because everything's been closed. But I don't know if I'll be able to do it now, but it'd be nice to have a bit of a sort out. We're not too bad, because I always do like a big sort out once or twice a year, and we just we throw away broken things and then recycle or donate anything we're not using. So I basically go through. So my rule has always been, if I haven't used it for a year, it's gone. We don't need it, out the door. So donate things to charity. I'm sure they need plenty of stuff right now, because like I know in the UK, donations to like obviously charity shops and things are at an all-time low, because no one's been able to go out and the charity shops have been shut. But now they're open, and I've seen signs everywhere saying, please, we urgently need your donations and that sort of thing. So you could donate to charity, you could recycle loads of stuff, clean the house. You could also do a spiritual cleanse. So you could do a smoke cleanse of your house. You could do a cleanse with a besom, which is like a symbolic cleansing, and you just sweep around the house, and basically the idea is you're cleaning up the staleness and any negativity that could be in your house. Sweep it all up, start from upstairs, work your way downstairs, open your front door, sweep it out. It's like, I know there's one tradition from when I was a kid where it was like every spring you had a spring clean, and you opened all the windows to let like the spring air in, and to let the the fresh air and the clean air in, and sort of like to refresh and freshen up your home. Well, same sort of thing for this for Mabon, except it's obviously autumn. So you can still open your windows, but you might be cold. But yeah, go around with your besom, sweep each room, sweep everything, sweep always towards the stairs from every room, sweep downstairs, sweep from the back of the house to the front of the house and sweep it out the door. Or if you prefer, go from the front of the house to the back of the house and sweep it out your back door, whichever you're more comfortable with. So you can do cleansing rituals for your house. You can prepare things for your house. So you could do, like I've done these little, I've got like little rune things I made with little holes in. This one's for this one's for health. She says coughing. Don't worry, I just, some phlegm went the wrong way. So yeah, I've done this one for health. I've got these on my altar, but you could prepare something like this and hang them around. You could prepare little protection charms, like cleanse your house, cleanse your witch bells that you've got around the house, prepare protection charms, hang those around the house. There's nothing stopping you preparing some witch balls and hanging them around. I tend to prefer to do witch balls October, but you know, you're doing whenever, it's up to you. And you could cleanse your house and then put up your things that you wish to put up for protection and for encouraging positivity in your house and for repelling negativity. You can do little apple spells. I need to read a bit more into it. I know there's one where you cut the apple in half and you cut it, instead of cutting like that way, you go that way, so you see the star shape in the centre, which is a 5-pointed star, which obviously represents a pentagram. And then there's something about, don't quote me because I can't remember all of it because I've never done it. There's something about where you bury the half an apple in a certain spot around your house, or you bury one at the front, one at the back, or you do one at the four corners of your house. And it's like a protection thing, because obviously basically you're effectively burying a pentagram in the garden around your house, but because it's all natural, it will break down and not cause any problems in the environment. I will read more on that though, because I do want to do something like that, but I've got to read more about what's involved, because like I said, at the end of the day, this is like my online grimoire, so basically I'm letting you in on what I've learnt so far. So I'm going to have gaps in my knowledge because I've only been studying this for a year, so I'm going to have gaps. Yeah, finish along with long-term rituals, cleanse the house. Could make wine if that's your thing, if you like to make wine, because grapes are very in, you know, this season, so you could make some wine. And I suppose traditionally they would have made wine, because obviously if you make the wine you can keep it in the bottles and use it over the winter. I think I've covered all my bullet points I put in. That's good, isn't it? Yeah, so I've covered everything. So that's loads of stuff about Mabon. It might be a bit disorganised, like I haven't strictly got this bit, then this bit, then this bit, but hopefully I've covered everything. I've certainly covered all my knowledge so far. So yeah, that's my chat about Mabon, and it's the 21st of September 2020. And I'm certainly going to enjoy it because I absolutely adore autumn. I'd like to have some kind of like a celebration for it. Like I'll make it a special day, so I'll definitely have a relaxing bath. I will meditate. I will enjoy the garden, have a nice meal. Just a very nice and relaxed, and obviously socially distanced. So basically I'll just do everything in and around my house, which I normally do anyway because I'm an introvert and introverts rule. So I've got my positivity candle on there, and that candle there, which is my main sort of goddess candle or deity candle as it were, and my little one there. So I might just do it sometimes, because I've moved it so it's by my armchair. There's my armchair that I have in my art studio. Very comfortable. Bargain from the charity shop. I think it cost me about 50 quid. Check out charity furniture shops, because believe me, it's worth it. I'd have never have had a chair like that otherwise. Anyway, that's beside the point. Very comfortable chair, and I like to sit there to read when I read my books, and I've set up my altar so it is next to my chair, because that will be more comfortable for me, especially if my back's playing up, because I have a bad back. But also means I get to sit with my altar and have my incense on and the candles and enjoy the atmosphere while also sitting comfortably. And also my big tableware, or top of my cupboard, where I used to have my altar space, that's now got my massive snail tank on, because they needed an upgrade because they're getting big fast. So yeah, but I prefer this because it's by my desk, by my chair. And also I've got these 3 drawers, so I can put stuff that I need for my altar in these drawers when I sort them out. Top one though's got chocolate in it. Shh. That's where I hide the chocolate stash. There's only about 1 bar of chocolate left, but it's not much of a stash. But when I have a chocolate stash, it goes in there, so shh, don't tell anybody. Second drawer down has got snail stuff in, so that's got like cuttlefish and like the cocoa fibre block, and then the bottom drawer's full of crap. So I'm going to sort out my drawers, and then I can keep anything I want to do with paganism and my studies and stuff in there. It might be nice to have my incense sticks in there actually, because they're underneath my little bookshelf at the minute. Whereas if I have them in there, every time I open the drawer, all I'm going to smell is incense sticks, and I love that. It's nice. There's like it's like when I go to this one shop, when I do eventually go to the shops again. There's one shop I like to go in, which is like a sort of new age type shop, and you walk in, and because the shop's got incense in stock and it's always there, you walk in and instantly all you smell is this lovely aroma of incense. It's gorgeous. I used to have that every time I walked in this room, but because my incense sticks have been stored for a while, it doesn't generate that much of a smell anymore. But if they're in a sort of enclosed thing, when I open the drawer I'll smell it. So yeah, that's me looking forward to Mabon, and yeah, I'm going to that's how I'm going to celebrate. Hope you found this useful. I hope you've managed to follow it on, because I've waffled for like 27 minutes, but never mind. So yeah, thank you for watching, blessed be, and I'll see you in the next one, and bye for now.